Good morning student. I welcome you all to the online classes of Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School. Today we are going to start your new biology chapter, body movement. It is chapter number 8 in your NCERT book. Okay, in this chapter we are going to learn how our body and some other animals also we are going to study how all these movements occur. Okay, what is the reason behind this all movement? Okay, for that we need to study our skeletal system, the body framework of our body. Okay, that is your skeletal system. So let us start this chapter. Sit absolutely still. Observe that movement taking place in your body. You must have blinking your eyes time to time. Observe the movement in your body as you breathe. There are so many movements that happens in our body. Okay, when you are writing in your notebook, which part of body are you moving? Or when you turn and look at your friend, which part of your body are you moving? Okay, different part of your body move while remain at the same. When one part is remain at the in a same place, that the other part move. Okay, that's how your body move. In this example, you can also move from one place to another. You get up and you go to a teacher or school compound or go home after school. You walk, run, skip, jump and move from one place to place. Okay, so two type of movements are there. First movement is movement of your body parts. For example, hand moving, when you're moving your neck, when you're moving your legs. Second movement is overall movement of your body. When you're running, you're jumping, when you're skipping, all these movements. So two type of movements are there. Okay. Let us see how animals move from place to place by filling up table 8.1. Okay. Would you wonder about movement in the plants? He knows they do not move from place to place. But do they show any other kind of movement? Yes. Plants show other kind of movement. For example, have you observed the sunflower? It always turns itself with the movement of sun. Okay, so plants can also move. The process of movement in plants is different from the process of movement in animals, because animals can move from one place to another, but plants show movement of their body parts only. Okay. Now, walk, run, fly, jump, creep, crawl, slither, swim. These are only few ways in which animals move from one place to another place. Why are there so many difference in the way animals move from one place to another? Because of their body parts. They are having different body parts. Okay, why it is that many animals walk while snakes slither and crawl and a fish swim? It depends upon the habitat in which that particular animal is living. Okay, depend upon the habitat and depend upon the animals also. Okay, that the snake will slither because it is not having the legs like human beings, so it has to slither. Okay, now human body and its movement. Look closely at some of your own movement to begin with before looking at this variety of movement in the animal. Do you enjoy doing physical exercises at the school or nowadays at your home? How do you move your hand and leg while doing different exercises? You have to observe it and by your own. Let us try some of many movement in your body is capable of. Okay, bowl and imaginary ball at an imaginary wicket, just like that. How did you move your arm? Did you rotate it at the shoulder in a circular movement like this? Did your shoulder also move? Your shoulder also move with that. Lie down and rotate your leg at your hip. Bend your arm at the elbow and leg at the one knee. Stretch your arms sideways. Can you stretch your arms sideways like that? Bend your arm to touch your shoulder like this. Okay? With your finger. Which part of your arm did you bend? Which part of your arm did you bend? Straighten your arm and try to bend it downward like this. Which part is bending in this movement? Are you able to do it? Try to move various part of your body and record the movement in this table. Okay? You will observe that some part of your body can move freely while some part of your body are fixed. So this will bring us to our cannot. Okay, why? Did you notice that we are able to bend, rotate our body in a place? We can do that, but we cannot bend our arm in that position. Okay, where two parts of body seem to be joined together, like elbow. Here is the joint of the elbow. Shoulder, here is the joint of the shoulder, and neck. This is the joint of the your neck. These places are called joint, where two bones are jointed together. Okay, those places are known as joint. Can you name more such joint? If your body has no joint, do you think it would be possible for us to move in all those ways? No, because bones are rigid. They will not bend. If they will bend, they will crack. So, to provide the free movement of our body, joints are there. Okay, our body, our skeletal system is made up of bones. And what is the significance of this skeletal system? We are able to move from one place to another. It will protect our internal organ. Okay, so this body framework is required for protection. But this body framework will not move on its own. That's why joints are there between those bones for the free movement of our body. What exactly join together at this joint? Bones. Press your finger against the top of your head, face, neck, nose, back of your shoulder, hand, leg, including fingers and toes also. Do you feel something hard when you press your finger? These hard structures are bones. Repeat this activity on your other parts of your body. Now repeat this activity on your nose and ear tip also. This part are not that much hard when you feel them. They are stretchable and we are able to move this part. So these part are your cartilage. Okay, our skeletal system composed of bones and cartilage. Cartilage are much softer part. Okay, and your bones are very hard structure. Bones cannot bend, so how do we bend our elbow? It is not one long bone from upper arm to the wrist. This is not single bone. It is made up of many bones together. Okay, it is different bones joined together at the elbow. Similarly, there are many bones present in each part of your body. We can bend or move our body only at those points where bones meet. The point where two bones meet, we can move only that part. We cannot move this part. Why? Because it's a single bone. If we try to move by pressure, it will break our arm. Okay. Now, there are different types of joints in our body which help us to carry out different movement and activities. Let us learn the very first and most famous joint is ball and socket joint. In this type of joint, two bones are there, and in between two bones, one single ball-like structure is there which will allow free movement of these bones. Okay, roll a strip of paper into cylinder. Make one small hole in a old rubber or a plastic ball. Okay, and push the paper cylinder on it as shown in this figure. Okay, this is the rubber ball. You have to insert one wooden cylinder in that ball. Okay, you can also stick the cylinder on the ball. Put the ball in a small bowl. Is the ball rotate freely inside the ball? Yes, it will rotate freely. Okay, is the paper cylinder also rotating? We can rotate it. Now imagine paper cylinder as your arm. This arm and the ball at its end. Okay, the ball is like the part of the shoulder in which your arm is joined. This part is the bowl. This is the arm which acts like cylinder. Now the round end of the ball is fit into the cavity. Okay, of the other bones. Such joint allow movement in all direction like this. Like this, you can move your arm in all direction because ball and socket joint is there in your shoulder bone. In your hip bone also, ball and socket joint is there. Okay, which will allow free movement in all direction. Okay. Now, second one is hinge joint. Okay. So the second one is your pivotal joint. Joint where our neck joint to our head. Where our neck joint to our head is pivotal joint. It allows us to bend our head forward and backward. Okay, and turn our head to right and left like this, right and left, and up and down. Okay, this is done by pivotal joint. Try this movement. How are this movement differ from those of our arm that can rotate in a complete circle? In pivot joint, cylindrical bone rotates ball and socket joint is not there. Third kind of joint is a hinge joint. Hinge joint, you can compare that joint with the opening and closing of your door. The hinge is provided at your door which will allow one direction movement. Such type of movement is hinge movement, and such joints are there in our body also. Open and close a door a few times. So observe the hinges of the door carefully. They allow the door to move back and forth, back and forth. Such type of movement is hinge joint. Okay. Look at the kind of movement allowed by the joint. Hinge. Make a cylinder with the cardboard or a thick chart paper as shown in figure 8.4. Attach small pencil to the cylinder by piercing the cylinder at the center as shown. Make a hollow half cylinder. Okay, make a hollow half cylinder with a rolled up cylinder sitting inside. Allow movement like hinge. Try to move rolled up cylinder. How does it move? How is this movement differ from what we saw in the construction ball or the previous movement? Socket joint, we saw that this kind of movement of the in the elbow 8 point in activity 1 we have constructed in figure 8.4 is different from hinge of course, but it illustrates direction of the hinge. Allow movement. Elbow has a hinge movement. You can elbow will move like this only. It will not move like your hand. Okay, free movement is not there. Only one direction movement is there. So such type of movement is your hinge movement. Now next type of joint are fixed joint. There are some bones in our head that are joined together to form the fixed joint. Their bones of this joint will not move. Such joint are known as fixed joint. When you open your mouth wide, can you move your lower jaw away from your head? Only lower jaw part of your skull is moving. Other part are fixed. Okay. Are you able to move it? There is a joint between upper jaw and rest of your head. Their joint is here only. That's why only lower jaw moves and entire skull part is under this fixed joints. Okay. We discuss only some of the joint that connect part of your body. What gives different part of the body their different shapes. Okay. If you wanted to make a doll, what will you make first? Perhaps framework of the doll. Of course, you will make framework. Okay. Before making outside structure, isn't it? So all the bones in our body also form framework to give shape of our body. The framework is known as skeleton and the system is known as skeletal system. Okay. How do we know that this is the shape of human skeleton? How do we know the shape of different bones? We can have some idea about shape and number of the bones in some part of our body by feeling them. Okay, by touching. One way could know this shape better would be look at the X-ray image. X-ray will give shape of this bones framework of our body. Okay. Did you or anyone in your family ever have an X-ray on any part of your body? Sometimes when we are hurt or have an accident, doctors use these X-ray images to find out about possible injuries that might have happened. Okay, in X-ray shows the shape of the bone of our body. Okay. Now feel the bones in your forearm, upper arm, lower leg and your upper leg. Try to find out number of bones in each part. Similarly, feel the bones of your ankle and knee joint and compare this with the X-ray image here. Okay. Bend your finger. Are able to bend them at every joint. When you try to bend your finger, can you bend at every joint? How many bones does your middle finger have? Count it from here. 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay. It seems to have many bones, isn't it? Is your wrist flexible? Yes, it is made up of several smaller bones. That's why you are able to move your wrist. Okay. Now, let us study this activity number 4. Okay, for this activity, take a deep breath and hold it for a little while. Feel your chest bone and back bone by gently pressing the middle of your chest and back at the same time. Count the ribs, bones of the chest. Okay, this is the typical rib cage which will protect, which which will provide enough space for lungs to move. Okay. Now observe figure 8.9. Carefully compare with what you have feel with your chest bone. We see that ribs are closely band. They join to the chest bone or the backbone together to form box. This box is rib cage. Some important internal part of your body are protected inside that cage. Lungs and your heart. Okay. Ask your friend to touch his toes without bending his knees. Can you do that? Put your finger at the center of the back. Can you feel some long and a hard structure over here? Move your finger downward on the back of your friend. What you feel is your backbone. The backbone is made up of small little vertebrae which are joined together, and there is a hole in all those vertebrae. You can compare this with the beads of the string. Okay. So all these vertebrae joined together and they are protected. The most important part, one of the most important part of your body, that is spinal cord, is a thin cord which connect your entire body with your brain. Okay. So your backbone is protecting that spinal cord. That's why you should always sit with a straight backbone. There is a curve in backbone itself, but you should not make this curve more curvy, because it will result in damaging of your spinal cord. Okay. It is made up of many small bones. The rib cage joined to the bones. Okay. Rib cage is joined to these bones, this vertebrae. If his backbone were made up of only single bone, then your friend or you are not able to bend. Okay. If this entire structure of backbone is made up of a single bone, then you are not able to bend. That's why it is provided with small bones. Now next is make your friend stand with the head pressed to the walls. Ask him to push to the walls. Do you see two bones standing where the shoulders are? These are your shoulder bones. Okay. Now observe 18.2 carefully. This structure is made up of your pelvic bones. This structure is made up of your pelvic bones. The enclosed portion of your body below the stomach. Okay. This part contains the body structure which is below your stomach. This part is where you sit on. Okay. The entire hip region that encircled by this pelvic region. This is pelvic region. This is your shoulder bones. Okay. Now skull. Skull is made up of many bones joined together. It encloses and protects the most important part of your body, brain. Okay. Skull. That's why skull is the hardest hardest bone of your body, because it is protecting one of the most essential part of all living being, brain. Okay. Discuss many bones in this joint in our skeleton. There are some additional part of the skeleton which are not hard as bone. These are cartilage which can bend easily, which are present in the tip of your nose and your ears also. Okay. Do you notice any difference between earlobes and the portion above it? As we press them, yes, we are able to bend them because cartilage is there. Do you feel something in the upper part of the ear that is not soft as the earlobe but not as hard as the bone? That is cartilage. Cartilage is also found in joints of our body. We have seen that our skeleton is made up of bones, joint and cartilage. You could see bend and move because of movement of all these things. Okay, don't need figure of skeleton in your notebook. We have learned about bones in our body and joint that help us to move in different way. What makes bone move the way they do? Let us find it out. Okay, you make a fist with one hand and bend your arm at the elbow and touch your shoulder with a thumb. You will see change in the upper arm. You will see change in the upper arm. Okay, that change is due to muscles. Touch it with the other hand. You will feel a swollen region here inside your upper arm. This is the muscle. The muscle bulge due to contraction. It will shorten and it will relax. This movement helps bones to move, because bones cannot move on their own. Contraction and relaxation of muscles help these bones to move. Now bring your arm back to the normal position. What happened to the muscle? It is relaxed. Okay, it is contracting when you move it like that, and when you bring it back to its original position, it is relaxed. Okay, it is still contracted. You can observe the similar contraction of muscles in your leg also when you run. Okay, when contracted muscles become shorter, stiffer and thicker. next muscle contract and pull the bone towards its original position. So muscles work in pair. One of them is contracting, other them is relaxing. The contracted muscle will pull your bone from one part to another part. Okay, it cannot push, so two muscles have to work together to move the bone. Are muscles and bone always required for movement? Yes. How do animals move? These are required for human beings, but different animals move in a different way. Okay, we are going to study that part in our part number 2 of this chapter. So for now, thank you student. Have a nice day.